great men in history are forever remembered by what sets them apart from the rest. Political leaders who shaped the course of history, faces that launched 1,000 ships, iconic figures and bright minds that have conquered obstacles by finding creative ways to solve problems when everyone else had tunnel vision. They may not have been equally brilliant or may not have shown as brightly as the others who have been in their shoes. But the fact remains that they have shown brightly by doing what they believe was right. Likewise, their humble beginnings, much similar with ours, was brimming with limitless potential. We hear of cliched tales about how underdogs overcame whatever handicap they had to get to where they are now. Everyone loves how Cinderella stories end, and I have the privilege to tell you one of my personal favorites from one of the people I personally look up to. His name is Stephen Curry, my favorite basketball player of the Golden State Warriors. This is his jersey, a replica jersey, which I own because I love him. He's my favorite basketball player, and he wears number 30, and he plays for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry is my favorite basketball player because of his truly impressive and inspirational life, outlook, career, and filled with humility and Christian values. The Curry family are devout Christians. Born and raised in Akron, Ohio, he studied at Charlotte Christian School, and it was there, along with the way he was raised by his family, that the foundation of humility, one of the Christian values that has proven time and time again that brings people to where they belong. So, there. As you can see, this is his family. He has two families, basically, because this is his first family. His father, former NBA star Del Curry, his brother Seth, his mother, who's also a volleyball player, his sister, and him, Steph. And there, with his wife Aisha and his son. And also, I would like to emphasize that in his shoes, he always writes his favorite verse in his shoes. And in our shoes, there are two parts. We have the left shoe and the right shoe. One shoe, he writes his own favorite verse, which is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things. In his other shoe, he writes his mom's favorite verse, which is Romans 8:28. God loves people. God works for the good and of those who love Him. So every time he plays the game, starting from his college career up to the present, his shoes contain those verses to constantly remind him that God is always with him. Stephen Curry is a high school basketball superstar. He was named All-State, All-Conference, and Team MVP while leading his team to three conference titles and 3 state playoff appearances. He finished his senior career shooting over 48% from Rainbow Country. And to think that he shot over 48%, it's like missing 1 out of 2 every time he shoots a 3-pointer. That's really, really impressive. Me, I can only do like 1 out of 10. That's 10%. But for him, he shot over 48% from Rainbow Country. So, with that fact, he expected everyone who believed in him, that higher-ranking NCAA schools to give him scholarships. However, he was devastated. It was because they did not believe that he was tall enough, wasn't fast enough, wasn't strong enough, wasn't good enough to play in those higher-ranking NCAA colleges. However, he would not be deterred because he stuck to the belief that God does not give challenges that we cannot overcome. He joined Davidson College, a college that has not made a splash in the NCAA since 1969, and there he would make a name for himself. Another trivia, during his freshman year in Davidson College, he was only second to the current MVP of the NBA today, Kevin Durant. So, Stephen Curry, upon entering the league, it would be obvious, it would be immediately seen that he would bring his deadly arsenal 3-point sharp shooting and his deadly dead-on quick release that would eventually become his signature move, as he was drafted 7th overall in the 2008 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors, as you can see in the picture with him and David Stern. with what I said about the deadly dead on quick release, it's a one-shot, one-motion release. Normally, for people like us, for people who are not Stephen Curry, we shot the ball 1, 2. But for him, he just throws the ball right away in front of him. That would increase his high arc with his projectile motion, makes him a better shooter, increases the probability and the chance that the ball will go in. Also, with a fast motion, the defenders cannot defend right away because he releases the ball when the defender just arrives. Also, he enjoyed, in the NBA, he enjoyed giving back to people. Among his charities are, especially this one, Nothing But Nets. It's a United Nations foundation that's focusing on the disease of malaria, to prevent the disease of malaria in Africa. As you can see, he's in Africa, and he's showing love and helping them. Because that is how he was raised. He was raised as a Christian, so he gives back to people, he loves them. Final information. He recorded 270 3-pointers. That's the most single-season 3-pointers in NBA history. That's better than Michael Jordan. I actually do that. So, to summarize, Stephen Curry's life. Stephen Curry is my favorite basketball player because of his truly impressive and inspirational life, career, and outlook, filled with humility and Christian values. Never forgetting his humble beginnings, Steph has always kept to himself his Christian values, dear to him, has always kept to himself his Christian values, saying, "I can do all things through Christ." In his interviews as an NBA All-Star or Superstar and as a role model. So I hope you're impressed and thank you.